Welcome to TechThali.org video tutorial. This video is a very basic introduction to microservices. Let us consider two sample applications, used by most of us, to understand this concept. 1. An online banking application. 2. An online shopping application. As shown in the diagram, let us consider some main modules of the banking application. 1. Account module, where user can check about their bank accounts. 2. Credit card module, which contains the details of the user credit cards, its transactions and statement history. 3. Loan module, which covers the various loans associated with the user, covering past payments and outstanding. 4. Fixed deposit module, where user can view their long-term deposits and a provision to create new ones. 5. Bill payment, where user can pay bills and maintain billers. And 6. Money transfer, where user can transfer money within accounts, between banks and also international transfers. Now let us consider some main modules of the shopping application. 1. Search product, where users search for products. 2. Product management, which deals with product inventory. 3. Buy products, where customers add products to shopping cart and do payment during checkout. 4. Order tracking, where customers track the progress of their orders. Let us now quickly look into the standard development process for building these traditional applications. The applications can be either built in one go or can be delivered as phases. However, in both these approach, the steps followed are almost the same. 1. Understand the requirements. 2. Finalize the design, which includes the architecture. Most companies will have standard or approved architectures to be followed. 3. Once the design is over, team will start with the actual implementation. 4. Testers will test the implemented version. 5. Once the quality is approved, the application will be deployed to production. The application will be deployed in multiple servers to meet the demand and performance. Let us consider the approach used in microservice architecture. Let us start with the banking application. As shown in the diagram, when it comes to microservices, one monolithic application is broken down into multiple small applications. These applications are fully functional and standalone. They can be independently enhanced, tested and deployed. There will be cases where one microservice needs to depend on other microservices. In such cases the communication will be through standard API. Here is how the development process looks like for microservices. Each microservice will go through a similar workflow as that of the traditional application development process. In this example, there are 6 streams of development, one for each microservice, happening in parallel. Now consider the second example of online shopping application. Here the monolithic application is broken into 4 microservices. Development process is same as that of mentioned for the online banking application. I hope we understood the high-level architectural differences between traditional and microservices. Let us now look into the characteristics of traditional application. 1. All modules of the application resides within the same application. 2. Modules can be interdependent. Because of that, a close coordination is required between development teams. 3. Entire application needs to be tested each time when a module is slightly modified or enhanced. 4. Application needs to be deployed a whole in each server. Now let us look at the characteristics of microservices. Here the application is divided into multiple functional and standalone microservices. Each microservice can be independently enhanced and deployed. The intercommunication between modules happens via API. Scalability can be limited to microservice level. It can be based on the usage statistics. It will be discussed in detail in the next section. Now let us look into how microservices help in scaling the application. Let us consider some sample statistics to understand the concept. In the case of online banking application, after deployment it is noticed that most frequently used module is account. This is followed by bill payment. Microservice architecture gives the flexibility to deploy more instances of account microservices in production when compared with other modules. This way we can scale the application efficiently, making use of the resources wisely. Let us now summarize the advantages of microservices. 1. As microservices are small, it is very easy to audit and make sure it is following the company's architectural standard. 2. It is very easy to make changes in microservices as the impact on the overall application is very minimal. 3. Scalability can be applied at microservice level based on the usage statistics. 4. Easy to manage security in microservices. In an application not all modules are sensitive. However, in a traditional application we build a blanket security across the entire application. This can be isolated to sensitive modules. When it comes to microservices, 5. Each microservice can be implemented in different technology like Java, Node, Python etc. So when a new technology arrives, we can easily apply it to one of the microservices. We don't have this choice in monolithic applications. 6. New types of digital devices are coming to market each day. We can quickly make changes to microservices to cater those devices. Finally, let us wind up this presentation with the disadvantages of microservices. 1. Too many options to implement can complicate the application as a whole. This is the case where each microservices are implemented using different technologies like Java, Node, etc. This is an advantage as well as a disadvantage. 2. Microservice approach requires lot of initial time, and so it consumes more time for the initial release. Extra time is needed for breaking the application, coming up with a solid release and deployment strategy. 3. Testing can become complex, especially the integration testing. The testing environment also can get complicated if multiple technologies are used. 4. Application monitoring in production can get complicated as it is now split across multiple microservices. 5. Failure of one microservice can impact the proper function of other microservices. For example, user is able to check out the products as a part of online shopping, but the inventory microservice is not functioning. This will result in situation where inventories cannot be updated or price cannot be verified. 6. Lot of servers needs to be maintained in production. The servers can be of low end, but the numbers will be high. 7. Distributed application is always difficult to manage, and so a good automation strategy must be put in place upfront. Thank you for watching this video. Love to listen to your feedback.